Today on CNN, there's an article in which the suburban parents are complaining about the Common Core standards. They're realizing that their kids are not doing as well as they had been doing under the note behind, and they are concerned. And perhaps the paper recommend that the government should listen to the parents, and perhaps they should have tested the program first. But I'm not sure if folks understand. As a foreigner coming here, I could see the difference. By the way, many times you find that the ranking nations as far as education is concerned, you never hear them ranking the Caribbean or Africa, or in other words, the third world part, because they can't compare. I'm teaching, I substitute teach, and we're doing science, and I'm telling the kids, this periodic table is something you should know. You should just know it. You should be able to write it out there, and everything. So they're saying, what? When I write my name, I have to write it joined, and I have to write it as the computer types, because students can't read my name if I join the letters up. And though that way of writing like the computer is very slow, and you have to form all these little letters, whereas you just join up and you finish, it's about 3 times faster if you join up. And so we have had a system of inefficiency and problems. Now, even the Middle East crusades that the Bushes engaged in, if folks were truly educated, I don't think they would have gone down there, because history has shown that's a place where you don't go. So if you went to college, Yale or wherever, and you don't understand these different peoples and the geography of the world, you're in some serious problems. And I think this is what the difference between Common Core and No Child Left Behind. Just without getting into the No Child Left Behind, it seems as if they're trying to suggest, and this is what actually happens, that everybody could go to college and everybody could have a high school diploma and a college degree. And in real terms, this is not true, because not everybody is created equal, and some students don't have the abilities. And look what's happening. We have Snowden. Snowden now is saying that he wants to come back to America and he wants to have clemency. Now, he don't seem to understand what he did. He was very fictitious. He just wanted to join this NSA, see what they're doing, publish it, and then create a whole bunch of scandals and embarrassments, and then he could come back. I mean, if he had a good education, or if he had some common sense, and if that position he had really was rigorous and tried to get the smart ones in there, I doubt whether he would have done it. Notwithstanding what the NSA was doing, but that's beside the point. The situation that he has done, and you don't understand what he's done, and he wants to be, pardoned. I know long time ago in the 60s, we have some people who failed in our education system in the Caribbean, in Guyana. And they will come to America and come back as doctors. And everybody is kind of wondering, how is that possible? And you have to give credit. Sometimes some people aren't ready to learn as yet. And there are a lot of obstacles, nutrition, fear, and want, and a whole bunch. The school doesn't have the resources to help them, and so on. And they might have, well, if they have mental problems, they have to use drugs to get straight. I think that's dangerous. I think they should just understand that you don't have it and just be happy, just survive. Don't try to be, professor or president with all those mental problems. And if we really want to maintain as a superpower, as the #1 nation, we have to do something different. We just can't go on with this people going to school and getting degrees, and they can't even perform or defend the degrees. I read recently where a university that I even did some courses with now has been concluded to be a degree mill. Well, I would say that all our institutions are degree mills and diploma mills. High school diplomas, professional diplomas, everything is just a mill. Because if you're going to go to school and you could have sex and drink and smoke and do drugs and party and all that kind of stuff, and still come out with honors, go to high school and haven't spent an hour studying at home, and still going to graduate with summa cum laude and all that, valedictorian and whatever. I mean, that's a diploma and a degree mill. Because you play around, you party along, but growing up in America and doing the type of things that they do in school, you're able to go to LSAT, for example, the law school admissions test, and play the games that they have for the exam, and you score high when you don't even have some common sense and you can't even be a proper attorney. I don't want to get to the person who has scored the most perfect score or perfect score in this exam and what he has done. I'm not going to go there, but it just says something about what actually, although I'm not sure if folks are what they're doing and trying to discredit it, because you see, what this No Child Left Behind and the whole decline of the education system was by design. The enemy got in and changed the education to such a way that it producing the type of people who, if we were to go for the next 40 years, this place, we wouldn't be superpower one again, because we don't have people who could take us to the next level. People are making the same mistakes that others have made every year, and you go to school and you could learn it and avoid the problems, but they're still making the same mistakes, and it's becoming so widespread. Today you have people with education, with degrees from top schools, and all they're doing is writing proposals and getting money to do stupid little stuff. They call it urban gardening. Right down the road here, they took a park. There were two parks, a street just dividing the piece of land, so it's two parks. And they took the larger one, and or the bigger one, and turned it into a garden, and still marked Union Park, Union Square Park or something like that. And then they built a gazebo on the other little piece, and this guy from the city saying that they're going to use that to have for a classroom, and they're going to have to run these people here from around here, because the community is saying that they can't walk the dogs in the park. And these guys are citizens of America. They live around, and there is a job situation close by where they go and do work, and then they just cool off in the park, notwithstanding they do other things, drinking and drugging or whatever. But this is what people who have gone to universities and come with urban gardening. This is something which happens in the third world. And this guy said he gave them that land over there, the park, to turn into the garden, and he gave them the grant and so on. And they're saying that they're going to give free food and cheap food and whatever. I mean, how cheaper can you come when you have these multinational big farms that could produce an item for 1,000 times cheaper than this urban garden could do? Because I'm telling you, they spent almost 100,000 on that thing. They had a whole bunch of people working in it, and when they're selling the stuff at the weekends, all they might make is 15 bucks, but they're getting grants and they're getting paid otherwise, and they're cutting into the capitalism and obstructing the business. Now they're saying that people around here don't eat greens. Well, I teach in schools, and in elementary schools you have corn and broccoli and all that stuff. When you reach in high school, they just want pizza, a hamburger. They don't want no tomatoes and no. So when they come back and saying that, oh, there's none around, no choices, they don't want to choose nothing, but it's just games they're playing so as to be able to get this money to come on. So that's what they do with education. And so I'm going to be I want to go to college and be trained to and credentialed to teach math, and I have to do a Common Core math to understand the standard to produce. I'm saying that in the third world, if other things were equal, the type of rigor these young people go through, they were supposed to be superpower, but the white boys don't want that. This is the white people time, so they'll kill you out if you're too smart than them or whatever. But the way they train the students here, you coming from overseas, you could walk over them straight up, and the way they're going to protect them is by killing you, put you in jail, and trying to make you feel like you're stupid or something, but you're right on track. So I think that the president basically has come to this Common Core thing to really save America. It's about saving America, and folks should be patient. And I mean, I know everybody wants their child to be, president or something big, but if he doesn't have the ability, he's going to go up there and embarrass himself, and he's going to cause doing stupid stuff, cause the nation to collapse, cause more grief than anything else. I think that we have too much educational resources out there, too many high schools, too many colleges and universities. Just maybe a fraction of the population should be aspiring to those, and we wouldn't have much of these immigration problems we have, because some of these folks that go to these universities and colleges get a doctorate and they end up picking up bottles in the side of the road. They should have never gone there. They should have been picking corn. So you won't need Mexicans, you won't need Latin Americans, you won't need all these people. And those who have education and come up with all kind of immigration proposals and so forth, some stupid stuff they're talking, they'll just be doing the farm, and they'll be concerned that these Mexicans coming and taking the picking corn job. So many people, not everybody can make it. Not everybody has the ability. Perhaps going to Yale and Harvard, people should be going there because of abilities, not necessarily because of recommendations or whatever. The best in the country, those who score perfect and through a standard core, perfect. They know the whole textbook. They know all this stuff. They know the count real good. The math good, and they're not doing this standardized test. And tell me which of these two paragraphs is correct. Write your paragraph. Let me analyze it. It's calling for more work. Teachers have to mark stuff, but I think in the long run, you'll be producing better citizens. So I think people should be patient with Common Core, and they may still need some tweaking. And folks don't understand how bad things are. They're saying that this thing was rushed out. This thing is overdue. This thing should have been here like 25 years ago, and you can't wait, because in waiting things are sliding and things are real bad. Folks don't understand how things are bad. I mean, from education and people out there doing stupid stuff. Just recently I was at a situation. These guys watching some movie, and this guy got his foot cut, and they're analyzing that, and they're upset and all that stuff. It's a movie, it's play. The fella foot ain't really cut. They're just making a little joke, and they're serious about it. Now, I just turn my back to the stupid stuff because I don't want to get involved in that. I'm not going to let my emotions and my heart run on stupid stuff. It's stupid stuff. The guy is just acting. Nothing is wrong with the guy, but it affecting these folks so much. So, I'm sure that with Common Core in the next 25 years or so, folks are going to be happy for it, because we have serious, intelligent people. You will have people doing stupid stuff, marking themselves up and cutting off the ears and all this dumb stuff that folks doing. I think Common